What's up, Taiwan? I'm Liao with 10 minutes of news from Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan is experiencing inflation brought on by the pandemic and the war in Ukraine. It's led to increases in the price of goods such as eggs. But as consumer prices rise, real salaries in Taiwan have dropped. Bing Wang reports.
For the second straight month, the price of eggs has risen as Taiwan continues to face a shortage. Farms are now charging up to a 20% increase from last year. But it's not just egg prices that are soaring. The cost of housing and utilities, as well as other food products, are also increasing. The pandemic and the war in Ukraine have caused global inflation, which has led to an increase in production costs and reduction in purchasing power. And it's no different here in Taiwan. Inflation has caused the Consumer Price Index, or CPI, to rise. Now, CPI is a measure of price changes of goods and services paid for by buyers. Legislators are now saying that if the CPI is increasing, people need to be paid more.
CPI 成长就代表我们实质的薪水可能会缩水啊，不是吗？关键还是到薪水所得啊。
Lawmakers also pointed out that the cabinet froze salaries for three important sectors: public servants, public school teachers, and military personnel for 2023.
去年的军公教人员是没有调整薪水，今年要不要考虑调整？
The Government Statistics Bureau has said that in 2022, real salaries, those that are adjusted for inflation, experienced their biggest year-on-year drop in a decade. According to a local job bank, Taiwan's low salaries have forced workers to become dependents of other family members or take on second and third jobs. And with the rise in the cost of living and rent, many are falling behind on their payments, even with government subsidies.
社会的薪资结构是长期停滞的状态，即便是基本薪资调涨，感受上也不会太明显。3万元是一次性的请领，也就没有其他的补助了。那对于无壳蝸牛来说，更没有感觉了。因此呢，大家就开始想要找寻兼差的机会。
The Government Statistics Bureau said it will consider unfreezing salary increases for 2023. It will take into account consumer price trends and urge the government to intervene. The hope is that Taiwanese consumers will be able to afford eggs and other essential goods without feeling the strain. Patrick Chen and Bing Wang for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan has begun decommissioning the last generator of one of its nuclear power plants. It's part of the government's plan to phase out nuclear power by 2025, despite fears of looming electricity shortages. Louise Watt reports.
Taiwan's second nuclear power plant, which has been supplying the country with power for 40 years, is being decommissioned. But industry and experts are worried its shutdown will lead to power shortages.
非核家园政策底下，又没有新的配套措施出来，那是注定要缺电的。
Nuclear power has fallen to about 8% of Taiwan's energy mix, and this generator that is being closed provides around 3% of Taiwan's energy supply. With its decommissioning, one nuclear plant remains in operation. Recent power shortages in Taiwan have led to calls for the second plant's life to be extended, something the state power company says isn't going to happen.
就是法规规定的40年的时间到了，那我们就是这样子让它延役下，除役下来。
The ruling Democratic Progressive Party has long been against nuclear power and aims to phase it out by 2025. A big concern is where to store spent fuel.
北市政府事实上不仅是核2，甚至核1厂，我们的核燃用过的这个核燃料呢，都还没有拿出来哈。那这个问题应该是说国人对这个问题还有很多的争议啦哈。
The government says there's no need to worry about power shortages, as natural gas generating units that will come online this summer will have installed capacity of 1,300 megawatts, which is more than the 985 megawatt capacity of the second nuclear plant. Taiwan is also developing wind and solar power, which currently provide 8% of its power, far off the government's target of 20% by 2025, when the country's final nuclear plant will also be laid to rest. Damon Lin and Louise Watt for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's Environmental Protection Administration has tightened rules around levels of noise pollution from offshore wind drilling. But environmental groups feel the regulations still let foreign companies off the hook. Salaries reports.
Digging deep into the ocean floor. This machine is drilling holes in Taiwan's seabed to install new wind turbines. Noise from the drilling can reach 160 decibels. That's louder than a gunshot, a heavy metal concert, or a jet plane taking off. This is an area with diverse marine wildlife. The bottlenose dolphins that live here can become stressed in noisy environments.
没有达到我们尊重环境的这样子的这个事实，那我认为它就是一个严重的违反了环境伦理的这样子的一个作为。
Taiwan's Environmental Protection Administration recently tightened regulations on noise pollution from ocean drilling. But conservationists say the adjustment is too shallow.
在我们看来，不能超过就不能超过，所以它的方法是放宽。
In Europe, surveys on how the noise affects dolphins extend 20 kilometers in scope. In Taiwan, they only have to be 1 kilometer. Environmental activists say the foreign offshore wind companies are exploiting Taiwan's relatively lax noise regulations.
我们提出的疑问就是，为何在这些开发商的母国，他们都做得到，一旦来到台湾开发之后，这些外商就都做不到了。
The EPA says that the rules around marine noise pollution have been clarified, not relaxed. They say they have already handled 7 cases of offshore wind violations. But with the country hoping to rapidly expand its wind power infrastructure, these dolphins may be living with the racket for a long time to come. Liao and Salaries for TaiwanPlus.
A rare sunfish has been spotted in the waters off the coast of southern Taiwan. A diving instructor saw the hoodwinker sunfish near the popular tourist hotspot of Kending on Monday. The hoodwinker sunfish was only recognized as a distinct species in 2017. They live in the southern hemisphere and are rarely seen north of the equator. Forest trails in Taiwan are consistently maintained to keep them safe for visitors, but this work often endangers the animals that live there. In eastern Taiwan, the local forestry bureau is working to change this situation, creating customized safe trails for animals. Yvonne Yang has this one.
Muntjacs, macaques, crab-eating mongooses, and even sandbars. These are just some of the wild animals that climb up and down these specially made passageways in eastern Taiwan's Zhiben National Forest Recreation Area. These routes are designed to allow animals to move around the forest safely, especially if there are construction projects in the area. The passages are a valuable addition in helping ensure the safety of local wildlife. There are 6 forest roads under the jurisdiction of the Taidong Forestry Bureau. They were built to allow rescue teams into the area. The roads are often in need of upkeep, but environmental groups say this maintenance work can sometimes threaten the safety of animals that live there.
那因为早期在做工程的时候都没有这样子的想法，所以都会造成动物可能不小心进入，然后就跑不出来。
Since 2015, the Taidong Forestry Bureau has conducted reviews of its facilities and built passages specifically for the local wildlife.
设施方面，像集水井或者是说动物通道，如果去加强它的一个设施的改善，让这些动物能够在山林之间自由的穿梭。
Since introducing the reviews, the number of animal deaths from maintenance projects has decreased significantly. The Taidong Forestry Bureau now hopes to expand these animal-friendly trails to other forest areas, helping ensure that the country's wildlife stays safe. Andy Xue, Sandy Chi, and Yvonne Yang for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally today, we leave you with images of spring flowers blooming in central and southern Taiwan. I'm Liao. Take care and see you next time.